friends, welcome into today's video. Got a lot of fun for you today. We're going to be covering the danger room. So I wanted to make a video that is just kind of some of the questions that I got live on stream last night. Get this out there for everybody. This is going to be a short video. Hopefully we're at like the 5-6 minute mark or less. Don't want to drag it out too much unless there's just more information that kind of overflows. But I want to talk about a couple things that I think is super important, right? What are the things that we're looking at when it comes to the danger room from a mechanical perspective, right? So there's a whole strategic element that we'll get into in other video series, of course. But today I want to talk about the mechanics, really outline the room. Now, if you're an experienced MSF player and you totally understand this and you got picked up on the translations very quickly from other game modes, great. This video might not be for you. Probably just skip on. Hit the like and subscribe button before you do, though, please. But no, seriously, this is kind of meant for some of the folks that look at this and then immediately think like, oh, it's a translation of a previously legendary event or what we might call Scourge, right, from the Apocalypse series or something along those lines. It's got its nuances and it's different. It's not the same, right? So the first thing that I want to talk about here is the way the enemies get generated in this are procedural, right? So every time you hit that start run button, you're gonna start with a map position, and then every node that you click has a chance to be different, right? High chance to be different. I've seen some repeating combinations. I have seen some, not necessarily on the same node, right? But I've seen similar grouping style of enemies. I've seen all but one is like the same. So it's super interesting to see how it evolves and how it goes. You'll probably start to notice patterns, right? What happens leading up to that point, can put yourself in a bad position strategically, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But the first thing to cover, and I'm going to run through it really quickly, the difficulty slider up here, difficulty 10 obviously gives you the most points. It's the one that I'm interested in doing. It's also the hardest one out there. You can get tripped up on it. It's not easy. It is completable if you have a big end game roster, right? I've got one of the larger rosters in the game. So even myself, I had 3 or 4 or 5 runs maybe that didn't go well at first, right? So, and people kept coming in and I had 3 or 4 or 5, 6 runs, didn't go well, right? Chat loved to tease me about it live on stream last night. That was the most frustrating part, where the folks coming in, they're like, this is so easy. I one-shot it. I walked right through it. It's definitely possible to one-shot walk through it, no modifiers, right? Something like this, right? Not a single modifier checked. It's definitely possible. I don't want you to think that it is not possible to do. But it's challenging, right? It requires you to really be honed in on your strategy and focus, which we'll talk about in another video. But we'll get there. We will get there. So your difficulty is the selection here. Next, you get to equip modifiers, which are used from these danger room tokens. So anytime you see a yellow X, looks like a little chip, if you would, these are what we call danger tokens. These danger tokens are earned from previous runs of doing this. So one of the strategies could be go to difficulty 8, farm up a bunch of these tokens so you're ready to go. Another one of the strategies could be, don't worry about it. I'm just going to fly right through it. Or I'm going to get as far as I can on difficulty 5 or 6 and then farm them that way. It's up to you. These are your options. These are your absolute options. I would recommend right now considering maybe not doing difficulty 10 if it's giving you a challenge and you find it to be frustrating, right? Bump the difficulty down. The best part about this particular run, we don't know if it's going to be like this in the future, right? We believe that we were told on a live stream that you will actually get the points that you actually get in the milestone ranking, this leaderboard is supposed to be a one-time for your best possible run, right? So you're always looking to achieve the most efficient, best score you can. But it looks like these points are cumulative in the first iteration of the run. Don't know if that's here to stay. Not sure if maybe we misinterpreted what was said on there. Further communications will probably come out about that, is my assumption. But I think there will be clarification because there's a bit of confusion as of the recording of this video right now. If we go ahead and take a look at the ranking rewards, there's some slick frames, and obviously you've got your XCell currency in here. This will help you progress, it looks like, with inside command center objectives. So this is the reason why some folks might want to run it continuously. It's not going to materially impact my account. I'll tell you that right now. So I am not focused on running this event over and over and over again. I got my 100,000 point run, and I was thrilled with that. I will do this sparingly for fun, right? I will tell you that. I could imagine that if you're playing this game mode over and over and over again, you might burn out on it a little quickly. But it is a lot of fun, so I will be doing more runs, enjoying it. I love the mode, I really do. I think it's fantastic. Let's continue on. My rambling has already caused us to go past the 4 or 5 minute, I'm sure. I was just looking to see if I had a timer. I don't, so that's on me. But I'm not going to activate any modifiers for this run. We're just going to hit start run and get in here. This is what we would call the map, right? So if you hear somebody say, hey, what does your map say? What does it look like? This is the map. The nodes are going to build out from here. They typically go into this direction. It doesn't always scroll. So be sure, you can scroll whether you're on a device or an emulator, which are not supported, but you can scroll, click and hold to scroll or use your finger to swipe on your phone. Absolutely will get you there. Some of the other mechanical section, this is what I wanted to cover here. If you click on this little caret here that has the purple chip looking icon right there, these are what you call combat tokens. Now you get 300 for starting the run. This is how you're going to choose your characters, and then you will build upon each node completion. You get a little bit more, so you can use them for shop currency within the same self-contained run later on down the line. If ever you want to check and see what have I purchased with this, what are my mods that are going in here. So the selected mods that over here will be included of all the ones that you checked before. Obviously, we didn't start with any. So let's go ahead and let's start this run right now. We had a lot of luck using Starjammers last night. So Starjammers felt like it was the stronger team. I'm going to start with Silver Sable, and I'm going to go with Daredevil Modern for this particular run that we're choosing to do here. As we've continued on, we've seen now that the next node is here. There's no enemies until I press the select button. I've heard some feedback. Some folks were like, I'm not sure. It's a lot of clicks. Why are we have to do that over and over again? Because you get up here, the enemies haven't even presented themselves yet. You don't even know what the enemies are. Once you hit the select button, then it populates the enemies that you're going to go ahead and fight. Some of the other things that you've seen here, you could immediately start a new run, obviously. Check the rewards leaderboard. This is a section, a lot of people were asking me, how do I know where I'm at? Am I close to done? Am I not? What's going on? Up here in the upper left-hand corner, node 2 of 20. So each time you get to a new selectable choice, whether it be a supply drop, whether it be a heal station, whether it be a combat or elite combat node, all of those things count as nodes, and they're going to rise up this number to the left, and you're working towards the ultimate goal of getting to node 20, which is the last boss, which would give you the big reward payout at the end for your milestones. So that's the gist of it. That's really what we're looking at here when we get in here. These are the mechanics of the danger room, and obviously you can enter. You're going to go through. You're going to fight on this node, and then it's kind of a rinse and repeat at this point in time. But I just wanted to cover a couple of those things. There were a lot of questions around uncertainty about exactly where can I find where my currencies are, what my current mods are, how far into the run am I? Am I close to being done? What do I need to consider when it comes to healing? All those good items. So more to come in future videos. We're going to keep covering this for you. Every content creator out here is covering it for you too. So if you just happen to have chosen my voice today, I greatly appreciate it. Feel free to give the video a little bit of a like, but enjoy either way. We'll see you in the next one.